When God created the earth, the whole world was chaotic situation. There was darkness. The first thing God said was, let there be light, so that he can see. Let there be light, so that he can see. It was when he could see that every other thing came close. Every other thing came into place. Every other thing began to show. He didn't start with space. He started, let there be light. That means let there be vision. That means let us see. The first thing he did was to open the eyes that their light to come so he can see. Without light, you cannot see where the Lord is leading you this year. You cannot see where you're going to this year. What is this year for? Every year is an assignment different from another year. You did not come here as an accident. The number of your days have been numbered. Your days and years have been numbered. An assigned assignment towards the purpose of God on the earth. What 2025 has brought is different from 2024. But do you know, can you see what the Lord has brought? Your assignment for this year. You see, for us to succeed in this year, we must walk with him. And not just walking with him, we must see him. And that's why we have come to the communion table, that our eyes will open, that we will see, and we will recognize him. The people on the way to Emmaus were depressed, because if you don't see him this year, you're going to be depressed. If you don't see him this year, you're going to be downcast. If you don't see him this year, you're going to be discouraged. If you don't see him this year, you probably will die. If you don't see him this year, you might walk out of where there is life and walk into death. This year is going to be heavy in this country. And your only solution is that you will see him. I want to see your face. I want to know your grace. I want to touch your grace so I can hear. I want to see you just the way you are. I want to see you. I want to see your face. I want to know your grace. I want to touch your grace so I can. What is your plan for the year? But what is the Lord showing you for the year? What are you seeing? You must walk with the Lord, and he must open your eyes to show you. And the Lord opened your eyes to show you why you are not married yet, to show you why you don't have this yet, to show you what is chasing people away from you, to show you why you are retarded. And the Lord will open your eyes this year, because if your eyes do not open, you repeat the same mistake you'll be repeating that have kept you where you have been kept. Pastor David was sharing with us the other day. He said when he was a young minister, he was healing everybody, but in his shoes, one of his toes got diseased. I was decaying. He did everything. He prayed. He did everything. He went to hospitals. Nothing happened. But he was covering it with his shoes. Only his wife knew, could see it. The toe was decaying. Or he cried to the Lord, spent time with the Lord. I just woke one day, the Lord opened his eyes, show him just a pawpaw, just the leaf of a pawpaw. That's that thing that holds the leaf. Brought it, open it, that whitish stuff. Ask him to use it. He just woke up. Discussed with the wife. See what? He now went, said there's no harm in trying. Collected that thing, touched it. That was the end of it. The Lord opened his eyes and showed him. The people you. It is when we know, we recognize him, he opens our eyes. We'll be able to walk with him in this year. Why are we walking with him? Why do we want to walk with him? It's because we know in Psalm 5 verse 8, if you use NLT, say, lead me in the right paths. Oh Lord, all my enemies will conquer me. Make your way plain for me to follow. Because there is a right path in your marriage. There's a right path in your family. There's a right path in your finances. There's a right path in covenant. There's a right path for this year. You see, this January, if you miss it this January, you miss it throughout the whole year. There are covenants that the Lord will lead us to do that will secure our whole year. But if you use your sense and the Facebook and social media sense, you lose the whole year. You suffer throughout the whole year. I've already seen, they've already started campaigning, even doing skit about face fruit. But they will not come out and do skits about anything or any other. That is those ones that will frustrate the people throughout the year. Satan is sponsoring it. Satan is sponsoring it. But the Lord will lead until your eyes open. You will walk with the eyes and the vision of Facebook and social media. And both you and social media, like Samson, will crumble. Say, Lord, lead me in the right path. Else, because if I don't walk in that right path, the enemies will conquer me. The enemies, because the moment you lose that right path, that means the enemies will conquer you. Say, lead me in the right path, oh Lord. All my enemies will conquer me. Now, make your way plain for me to follow. This year, we're asking the Lord to make his way plain. That means let our eyes see, open our eyes to see, shine the light for us to see what January holds, what February holds, what March holds. And show me what to do. Show me the way. Show me the one to press. And my whole of this year will be secured. You know, in January, the Bible says in Romans chapter 11, it says, if the root of a thing be holy, the entire branch will be holy. Then if the part, the dough of the dough is holy, the entire dough will be holy. Why? Because the one given as an offering is holy. So January is given as an offering to the Lord for the whole year. Because that sometimes you don't have an opportunity. For instance, the Lord made the law of seed. You know, the seed you plant is what produces what you will eat. It is, if you plant a maize, you get a maize. But you need that part to plant for you to have that whole maize. You see, this January is a sacrifice. that you have to take care of the whole year. And let me tell you, where you put your January is what you get. For instance, I'm looking for an example. If you sow in water, what you get is water. If you sow in a farm, what you get is product, whatever it is. So January is what is given to you to produce what the year would be. So that's why from next week we're going to go into serious fasting until the end of the month. We are going to offer that January, because if the foundation of a thing is what determines the whole building. So January is a foundation, and that's why we enter January with the blood to lay the foundation of the year. The whole year is sitting on the blood. So the foundation is the blood. The foundation of the year is sitting on the blood. And this year, we are offering our whole January as a sacrifice. Because it is now planted in the Lord. It is planted in a rich soil. It is planted by covenant in the Lord. And that means the whole of the entirety of the year is being powered by the Lord. And you don't get an opportunity. Because if you wait after January, go to February, that part has already started growing with what you planted. You can't cut it down again. It has already started. What you have planted from the first week, second week, third week has already germinated and started growing. The year had already started growing. So, you see, this January, when my wife took in, God gave me one revelation that shocked me. He said, the 9 months of your baby in the womb is the 9 months given to you to determine the entirety of the child's life. It made me understand that the spirit of the child is not a child, is an adult. Spirits don't grow. Spirits are adults. It's only the body of the child that grows. So from the first day your wife be confirmed pregnant, the spirit is an adult. So you speak to the child in the womb and form the destiny of the child. The spirit hears. I kept on declaring. And after the children have been formed and come out, they have already started growing. But it's the seed that you sowed in those things that they will grow according to. But when they have grown at a certain stage, you can't do anything again. It is the one that planted that is now growing. So your January is given as an offering for the year. It's not by February, March, you start working. No, what you have sown had already started growing. There was a sister that called me about a husband. You know, they separated. She called me that they were going into the divorce now. After speaking to her, opening her eyes, she went back to the man and they got back. And I told her that the 6 months you have created, that the man has left, that he had met other ladies, and the relationship had been built, seeds have been sown. So while you are back, you will be seeing things. You'll be seeing calls, you'll be seeing pictures, you'll be seeing communication. They'll still be calling him, because the man thought you have left, because we know that you cannot go back. I'm surprised that you are back, because the man knows you, that you are tough. So he has made up his mind that you are not coming back. When they got back, 3 weeks later, she called me. I can't take this. Ladies are calling him everywhere. I said, yes, that's the seed that have been sown within those 6 months. They have now grown. Those she said Togo. So you will be seeing the fruits of those seeds. So you cannot. So you see, this January is the month giving an offering to determine your year. If you don't get it right by March, April,